Is it really wrong to save own pet instead of stranger human in case of fire? We were having hypothetical discussion with a friend. Who would you save from burning house, your beloved pet or total stranger? Let's say there is no chance to save both. I said OFC my pet and she said I am weird for choosing animal over my own race. Am I though? I think it's totally normal that I don't care about random people. But I care about pets because I love them. First of all, why is there a stranger in my house? I feel like this comment section is pretty solid proof that dogs got a great deal in the evolutionary game when their ancestors chose to hang out with us by the fire. TBH, I don't judge, but just saying, a stranger is a lot heavier to carry outside compared to my boys. Lol, pretty sure your friend posted their side earlier today. But as the taco commercial once said, por qué no las dos? TBH, these hypothetical questions are never realistic nor can they depict ethics or morals. A lot of people would die attempting to save both. Some wouldn't save either. No one knows how they would actually react in that exact situation under an adrenaline rush anyway. Nobody seems to be factoring in how much easier it would be physically to save a pet than a person. My cat can be scooped up and carried, he could even be dropped out a second-floor window if need be. A fellow adult human would most likely be too heavy and cumbersome for me to lift maneuver out of a burning building. If they were conscious and able to walk for themselves, well, then I'd tell them to get out of the way so I could save my cat. They can save their own ass tears of joy. To be honest, if I can't save them without endangering myself, I would probably let them both die. If I can do it safely, then logically the human. But I feel like I would be more motivated to go inside to save my pet in a real scenario. For a random person, I'd probably act more logical and with less emotion and go, I should let the professionals handle it. Let's take it up a notch. Would you save a lost toddler in case of fire or your pet? I love my pets, but I'm always saving a human life. If I'm about to die in a fire and I see someone that has the ability to save me walk by me and save their cat, I would feel pretty fucked over. Lol. No, I'd risk my life for my pet. I wouldn't risk it for a stranger. Pet is my responsibility, the stranger is not. The pet depends on me for life and the quality thereof. No questions. Pet first. My dog is an innocent, living being just like a human is. The difference is that to my knowledge he can't open doors or climb out of windows. And the firefighters sure as hell isn't going to prioritize him. He doesn't stand a chance if I don't save him. I'm like you but in opposite. I don't love pets nor care about their existence. If I had guts to do it, I would save a stranger any day. I love people more. As a veterinarian, I am finding this thread very interesting. So much love for animals. And yet so many are abandoned in shelters to die. Or euthanized because people aren't bothered to train them or pay their medical bills. Just goes to show what a bubble Reddit is, haha. My cat has been there for me when no one else was. I'm saving him, no questions asked. If I am able to save both, fine, I'll try. But just because you're the same species as me doesn't mean I owe you any priority. Now if it were a child my thoughts may be different. But god damn it, my cat is the one being I would literally walk through fire for at this moment in time. I'd risk my life for my dog but not a stranger. If it was a stranger I'd just call the cops and give them moral support from the sidelines. Realistically, most humans aren't courageous enough to do either. Okay, answer to your question. Yes, it's wrong given that human life is supposed to be considered more important than a pet. That said, I'd step on your head if I had to save my dog. Sorry. Grimace. I think the question needs reframing. What if you have to decide between saving your pet and saving a human child? I have a wife and kids who need me. I wouldn't risk my life to save a stranger or my pet from a fire. I mean, I probably could have saved a life if I donated the $1800 I used recently when buying a new TV. Even most of my dog's vet bills could have went toward helping humans instead. Odds are you and your friend could do a lot of things that would save people but choose to do something else instead. I would choose my pet. No human, especially a stranger, has shown me more unconditional and unending love. My dog is literally my best friend. The answer to that question will be received differently depending on how people look at it. There are two ways to read this question, and the answer depends on how people choose to read it. The first way to read the question is, who would you save? An animal or a human? The second way to read the question is, who would you save? A loved one or a stranger? First question. Anyone would choose to save the human over the animal. Second question. Anyone would choose their loved one over a stranger they have never met. There is literally not a single argument that would make me choose a stranger over my pet. Most dogs I know are better people than humans. Instead of saving a human stranger, these posts should say a child, and see how quickly people start to look like assholes for choosing a 20-year-old cat over another innocent. People don't view human strangers as innocent or as important as their pets, but a human stranger could be a 5-year-old. The human is more likely to have family and friends that will grieve the loss of a loved one that literally burned to death or suffocated from smoke inhalation. Yes, you are weird for choosing an animal over someone from your own species. Also, you don't know how you'd act when you're in the situation, listening to an innocent person screaming in pain and fear for their life. It's a matter of debate, but yes, human or shock come first. Human, and it shouldn't even be a question. I love my cats. But a stranger. I trust my cats enough that they'd be figuring a way out of the building. Human life, animal life. Ethics are your own. Do what you can live with. Saving your pet over a random person, normal. Saving a random animal over a random person, get help. Yeah, it would absolutely wrong to save an animal over a human. Seriously. All you people are messed up. You would let a person, maybe even a child, die to save your stupid cat? You're gross. Hope you die trying to save your fur baby. Good riddance. Every situation is different. What if that stranger is a young child and they see you while you're escaping? Personally, I don't think I could handle that. Have had 4 dogs, 1 cat, 3 hamsters, 1 iguana, 1 bearded dragon, 2 geckos, 1 frog and 1 turtle. Don't get me started on the fish. All pets are family to me. I think it comes down to the moment and the situation for me. Yeah, it'll be hard. How old is the pet and the human? And what is the average lifespan of each species? Statistically, the human is likely to be 40-ish with maybe 30 years of useful life remaining. The pet cat or dog is likely to be 5 years old with maybe 10 years useful life remaining. How much more lifetime could you save? Emo no. Why save someone you don't care about over someone that you do? People do it, but I'm not sure if I would. The stranger would have to be someone I would want to bone, I suspect. Presuming it was an apartment situation, I would make sure everyone who lived in my apartment, pets included, were safely out of the building before I even contemplated going back in to help other people. I can't even say for sure I'd go back in, to be honest. I don't see how it would be wrong. Saving anyone from a burning building makes you a good person. Like it's an hypothetical, but nobody would actually criticize you for whatever you do in that situation IRL because of fight or flight.